Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be looking into cURL. cURL stands for client URL. Okay, so let's Google cURL and then find out the website for it. It's cURL.se. Okay, this is the official website from where you can download the cURL. Okay, so cURL is a small utility which can be used to transfer data. Okay, let me visit this website. Okay, so these are some of the protocols which it support. So some of the known protocols or famous protocols are like HTTP, HTTPS, IMAP, POP3, okay, SCP, SFTP. So these are some of the protocols for which you can make use of Perl. Okay, so curl is used in command lines or scripts to transfer data. Okay, curl is also used in car, television sets, router, printer, audio equipment, mobile phone, tablets, set-top box. Okay, so you think of any of the electronic devices, and there the curl operations are happening. Okay, so in this tutorial we will be looking into some of the basic APIs. Okay, how you can make curl operations on them. Okay, you can download the curl utility from this website. Okay, let's click on this. Based on your machine setup or architecture, you can download these packages. If suppose you are on Windows machine or you are on Mac machine or any of the Linux machines, you can download it. Let's say I want to download Windows 64-bit installer, so you can download it from here. However, I mean, curl operations these days you can perform from your command line utility as well. In modern Windows, it is already included. There are other terminals, bash utilities which you can use, or even those utilities provide this support. So one of such is git bash. Okay, I will be using git bash in this tutorial. Okay, and if suppose you don't have git tool installed on your machine, you can download it from here. Okay, it's git-scm.com. Okay, based on your system architecture, you can download it. Let's say Mac, Windows, and Linux. Okay, and we will be using petstore.swagger.io. This is a small Swagger library from where you can make some request. Okay, so let's do some users operation. Okay, and let's first open our git bash. Okay. Okay, this is a simple utility which you can make use of. Okay, let me minimize this, and then first let's check some of these API. Okay, so this API is for I mean, creating user with list. Okay, here you need to provide some of these values in your body. Okay, let's say you want to give some ID to the user. Okay, you want to give username, first name, last name, email ID, password, phone, or user status. Okay, and let's first try it out and then make some changes here. Okay, let's say I want to give this user ID as 5. Okay, and then let's say I want to give a username name MMAK, and then let's say I want to give first name as Ray and second name or the last name as John. Okay, and email ID, let's keep it as test@test.com. Okay, and password, let's keep it as test@123, and give the phone number. Okay, and let's say user status is 1 for now. Okay, so if you execute this, okay, you are getting the status code at 200. Okay, message with okay as well. Okay, this means that this user is created successfully. Okay, so I will be copying this curl. Okay, and here you need to understand a little bit about how the curl works. Curl is a command. Okay, and X is here to define what type of request you are making. Okay, by default it makes a get request. If suppose you want to change that, then you are using -X. Okay, then you are passing the headers, different headers which you are passing, you need to pass it as -H. Okay, and then you are passing the data. Okay, it's your body or the payload. Okay, so using this you can make a same operation. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, and then simply paste it here. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, it transferred the code. Okay, and then it generated the status 200. Okay, message is okay. Okay, so this is the simple API which we have executed. This is the post request. Okay, now let's look into the get request. Okay, let's click on this. I have to specify the user. Okay, the existing user which is already there in system. Okay, let me say this is the dummy API website. So there are cases that you will not find some data, but let's try to find out if suppose this data is available. Let me execute this. Okay, so this is available. Okay, I'm getting a response here, some response. Okay, some of these data will not be accurate. Okay, just note that it is a dummy website. Okay, just to do some basic operation. Okay, anyway, so let's copy this curl. Okay, and then paste it here. So what it is doing, it's doing the get request on this particular endpoint. It's https petstore.swagger.io version 2 user, and then the username MMAK. Okay, and it is accepting the application JSON header. Okay, so if I hit enter, it is going to give me the ID, username, okay, the first name, the last name, which I have specified, the email, the password, the phone number, etc. Okay, so for now, let me also copy this ID, okay, and note it somewhere, okay, so that if we want to, let's say it's a user ID, okay. Okay, so now if suppose you want to update this user, okay, let's again try to update this user by specifying the username and what values you want to update. Okay, so let's change the user name to MMAK2. Okay, let's say Sam. Okay, Sam Ronald, and then let's say test@example.com. Password, let's say just test. Phone number, let's say 123456789. Okay, let's keep the user status as 0 itself. And let me execute this. Okay, so this message we have received. Okay, and we have got the 200 status code. And this is the curl which I am going to make use of. Okay, so from here, let's do this operation. Okay, so in curl, what we are doing, we are trying to make a put request because we are trying to update the user detail. Okay, and then we are passing a few headers. Then we are passing the data, which is your payload or your body, request body. Okay, let's hit enter. Okay, we have got the status code as 200. Simple. Okay, so similarly, you can make a patch request as well. Okay, but let's look into the delete request as well. Here it just require the username. Let's say MMAK2. Let's try to find out if suppose we are able to delete this user. Okay, just by providing the username. Click on execute. Okay, you got 200 message. Okay, the message you got is that MMAK2. Okay, this is successful. I can copy this request and paste it here. Okay, and if you note that if we are making a delete request on this particular URL, okay, and URL is appended by the username, okay, it is accepting the application / JSON header. Okay, let's hit enter. Okay, you got 200 status code and then the message MMAK2. Okay, so like this, if suppose you are not having any client, okay, to run the APIs, you can make use of curl, a simple utility which can be run from the command line. Okay, and then you can perform any type of the API operation you want to perform. Let's say you want to pass the authentication, okay, and the token as well. Okay, so curl is a very simple utility. Okay, if suppose I pass curl -help, okay, it is going to give me the list of options I can use. So here -d is for data, -f for fail, then I for include, -o for output, capital O for remote name, and so. Okay, note that it is a case sensitive utility. Okay, so O and small o and the capital O means there are difference in them. Okay, so make use of this utility for performing any of the API operations. Okay, and we can also look one more. Let's say curl, and then simply do this for google.com. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, so like this, the any endpoint, if you know, you can I mean just specify it and then make the call operations on any of the websites. Let's say I have res.in. Okay, this is another website just for dummy testing or simple testing here. Okay, let's say I want to get the single user here. Okay, I can make use of this endpoint. Okay, appended with this. Okay, so let me copy the link address here and do this operation. So let's say curl. Okay, then simply paste the URI and then hit enter. Okay, so here you can verify the ID is to email is Janet. Okay, the first name is Janet, and okay, and so on. So here you can verify this with this response that it is working fine. Okay, so you can try this for any of the website you want to do it. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, and self-explanatory. Okay, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.